Hey everyone, how's it going today? And welcome back to another third stimulus check unemployment benefits extension update. So in today's update, I pretty much just want to take a revisit once again to talk about the unemployment benefits extension, because I do know that there are still a lot of people that are still waiting for the unemployment. Now, if you happen to be someone that has maybe already both successfully rolled over to the new unemployment program, because remember there's two parts of the unemployment. The first is trying to get your extension so that you can continue to stay on the unemployment program in general, and then the second part is to pretty much be able to now get the actual $300 boost. So if you are someone that has maybe already successfully rolled over to your unemployment program in its entirety, both the extension and the $300 boost, then maybe a huge congrats there. But maybe before you take off, maybe consider commenting down below your state, and this goes on even if you haven't received your unemployment, but maybe comment down your state and whether or not you've received your unemployment program, both the actual rollover to the 70 something weeks of unemployment and also the actual $300 boost. And then maybe if you've already gotten it, maybe consider smashing the like button in light of a lot of the great news before you guys click off. But today's video is really going to be dedicated to anyone that's really still waiting for their unemployment, because I believe at this time where we currently stand is, I think about 22 states have now officially paid out their unemployment. So the really great news is that a lot of states have now started to roll out their payments. However, with that being said, the fact that, especially because we're still under 25, it means that a lot of people in our country still are very much still waiting. So if you happen to be someone that's still waiting, to just know is that there's probably a lot of people that are with you to really just hang in there. So we're going to really just in today's update talk about the status of where all of the different states stand, and then just basically about where we really just go from here if you just happen to be waiting. So we're gonna get started right away, but before we begin, as always, make sure you smash the like button, especially in light of a lot of the approvals that have already officially been happening. Consider subscribing if you're interested in videos similar to like this, even though we're in the final stretch, of course, but other kinds of financial topics and similar videos. And as always, remember to feel free to comment down any questions, thoughts about really honestly anything at all, especially even more true if you wanted to maybe share your state and the status of whether or not you've received your unemployment, and maybe also the program, so whether it's PUA or the traditional UI, because there is a lot of variance depending on the program and what program you're currently collecting it on. So with that being said, let's just get started from here. So if you have been here for a while, then you guys probably know is that this is pretty much the table that a lot of people have been using to track their unemployment benefits and whether or not they've received and their payments. Now, there are certain things that aren't fully updated yet on this table, because I believe this table was mostly updated from the end of last week. So there are some things that happened over the weekend. So we're going to talk about, and certain details about certain states that haven't actually fully been explained yet. So we're also going to talk about that. But if you guys are brand new here, the general idea is that in this table, what this basically highlights is pretty much all of the states where someone in that state has officially received payment. So I know we have mentioned this in the past, but just because we have some new people here, maybe consider subscribing if you guys are brand new here in similar videos like this. But the general idea is that if you see the words paying next to your state, it's pretty much just means that at least one person, again, keep in mind, not every single person, but at least one person from that state has officially received both the rollover to their unemployment benefits extension and also the $300 boost. Because keep in mind is that it can vary a lot depending on the program, and we're going to touch up about that in a little bit. But the general idea is, again, because keep in mind is that some states, they pay universally to every single program at once. Other states pay certain programs first before other programs. So some states may just do traditional and then PUA and then PUC and then FedEd and then EB. And then there's other states that sometimes honestly just doing it a lot more based on regions and waves, and some of them just vary a lot. Like I know California is probably the state that I have found that has probably had the most variety in terms of the answers and responses of who has or has not officially received their rollover to the brand new unemployment program. So there's obviously a lot of factors that can influence whether or not you've received it, but the general idea is that if you see the words paying next to your state, then the really great news is that it means that someone in your state has officially received some payment. So hopefully hopefully everyone else will be next. I believe that the specific states where someone has confirmed that they've received payment, and again, some of these states are not fully updated on the table yet, so we're just going to read them out loud, but I believe Alabama, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Nebraska, New York, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Tennessee, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, and Washington has officially confirmed that someone in those particular states have officially received their unemployment. And I can definitely confirm from New York because I'm personally, well, biased because I'm also from New York, so I've also officially received it there. And some of these states haven't been updated on the table yet, but there were people that have mentioned that they've officially received it. So for example, I know Colorado, I think, hasn't been updated on this table. Pennsylvania, I think, has not been updated on this table yet. However, from talking to some people, supposedly from what I've heard is that there are a few people that have officially started to receive it. Not that many yet. I think Pennsylvania, I've kind of gotten a little bit of a mixed response, but I've heard supposedly that there's been a few people that have also officially received it in Pennsylvania. Maybe comment down if you happen to be there. Now, if it doesn't say paying yet, but it says payment pending, then the great news is that it means that they're likely ready, and they're ready to pretty much deliver it at pretty much any moment now. So they could literally be coming maybe even by the end of today, but probably realistically, because as this video is being made, we're in the beginning of the week, probably something in any of the near next couple of days that's coming up. And then if it says anything else other than that, then it probably means that they're pretty much just in the process of rolling over their program. So they're pretty much still going through some kind of either delay or simply they're just taking longer than usual to actually physically roll over. Now, I do know from what I've heard, and maybe comment if you happen to be from New Jersey, but I've heard supposedly New Jersey originally planned to deliver their unemployment last week. I don't know if they ever actually went through with it, but I've heard reports that some people went through delays in New Jersey. But if you happen to be in New Jersey, maybe comment because you probably know a lot more since you're actually physically in that state living it firsthand. That probably will know better than almost anyone else out there, even any news article we could possibly read. Now, I do have updates about California. So the great news about California is that supposedly California has updated their website and they've released certain information that they're starting to roll out even more payments. I think is that they're hoping to roll over the PUA payments specifically, especially in a smooth rollover process. So I think the majority of people, if not pretty much almost every single person that's on the PUA program in California should be able to get some kind of smooth rollover. I just do think is that when I speak to a lot of people in California, and I think maybe it might have to do with the fact that maybe it's because they're one of the largest states out there, but I found that California tends to have the most variance in terms of answers to whether or not someone has officially gotten their unemployment. I think about every single 5 people I've asked in California, about 2 to 3 have said that they've started to receive it. So the general idea is that California really is a really huge mix in terms of like their unemployment situation. Now, if your state doesn't have a lot of information, then the true answer is that they probably haven't actually received as much information. So it's probably going to be something that we're going to have to follow up with the news to see if they hopefully finally receive information in the coming days. Maybe also feel free to comment down if you've received any news or emails from your particular state about it. We mentioned it a lot in the past, but generally if you're looking for information, the best source really to find information is probably either going to be through the emails that you physically receive, or sometimes I know some people just have difficulties receiving emails, or maybe they change their emails or just something about their email settings or notification situation. I would say probably the second best place to look is probably the social media site of your state's unemployment website. Probably after that goes like to a lot of the Facebook groups, and then also the official site of the of your unemployment website. Generally, those are probably the best places to ask or to find information because they come directly from the official people that are in charge of the entire program. So with all that mentioned, that's pretty much what I really just wanted to kind of run through in today's update, talking about the general where most of the different states stand. I know there are still some states that we are still waiting information, so if we don't have as much information, it's probably just a matter that, you know, everyone is still just waiting along. But I tried to cross-check all of the different like resources from the actual state's official website, and also of course from the actual people that are currently here commenting inside of the comment section. So that's why I always recommend is that if you have any information, to feel free to share, so we can kind of update it naturally on the table to kind of share, because I'm sure a lot of other people in your state would also love to know as well, because I think at the end of the day, trying to get through a lot of this really is like a teamwork effort, because at the end of the day, I think that the people that will know the most about what the unemployment situation is like in that particular state is pretty much going to be the people in that particular state. So that's why it's always great to have experience, or to have notice from basically a first-hand perspective. But with that being said, that's what I really wanted to clarify in today's update. So hopefully if you guys found some insight to that, remember to smash the like button if you guys hopefully did. Hopefully we will get a lot more information, because I do think we are now officially at the halfway point in terms of unemployment deliveries and payments. And consider subscribing if you're interested in similar videos like this. And as always, feel free to comment any questions, thoughts, or honestly just any information or updates that you guys have about honestly just really anything at all, or if you guys just wanted to say hi. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe, stay well, and hope to see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much again.